Myth number one is that infants and toddlers are too young to be considered for AT. And this is false. There are no prerequisites for using assistive technology. Even infants can grow, learn, and increase family and community participation with the use of AT. So we need to introduce technology early as a way to have the learner or the young child actively participate in daily routines. They can use switches, toys, communication strategies as typical toys. And this active role changes the way that they view themselves and the way that others view them. Myth number two, using AT means giving up on the young learner's potential for progress. Hopefully by this point in the AT journey, you know that this is very false. It is a myth that assistive technology will inhibit development of children and of young learners. The research actually shows the opposite. By implementing assistive technology, it can actually motivate young learners to engage and participate in activities that may have been too difficult for them in the past. AT can be adapted and modified to lead to more independence and more growth in these areas. AT can also allow young learners to focus on the what or doing the activity rather than the how they're going to accomplish it. Myth number three, parents are uninterested or incapable of making decisions about AT. This one's false too. Even before knowing that assistive technology is a term, parents are constantly adapting and modifying toys by maybe adding pull strings, adapting seating or positioning by adding a pillow or a step stool so they can reach the sink, and trying to find the right silverware for their toddler to use for self-feeding. Parents and caregivers are far from being uninterested or incapable. Family involvement in the choice and implementation of AT is essential for successful use of AT with infants and toddlers. In order to compile the most helpful information, all members of the family, including parents, babysitters, grandparents, brothers and sisters, and others who spend a significant amount of time interacting with the learner, should have input. Check out the handout that's attached to this part of the stop. It comes from TIKES, which stands for Technology to Improve Kids' Educational Success, which is part of the Pacer Center of Minneapolis, Minnesota. The handout provides other examples of how young learners can use AT to develop skills like attention or fine and gross motor skills, social skills like sharing and taking turns, and communication skills. And this handout can be shared with parents and colleagues.